keep making money, build up to 50,000 a month, maybe even 100,000 a month. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Become an Amazon millionaire if you want. See you in the next one. No. Okay, guys, I have to be honest with you. This was not easy as it seems, and there are way more things that were going behind the scenes that I'm going to explain to you right now, things that I think that people should be more transparent about, especially about this business, in my opinion. So let me tell you about a few things that I experienced that you should be aware of before you get into this. So, on paper sounds amazing, right? Yes, I had to deal with customer complaints and I made my own mistakes, but in the end I walked away with $450 that I wouldn't have had, 60,000 miles on top of that I can use for a vacation later. Sounds pretty good, right? Well, here's the thing. So I don't actually know if I'm even going to be able to receive this money. And I'll tell you why. It's because I might be suspended. Yes, just 1 week I might be suspended. How crazy is that? Well, yes, you're probably saying right now, yeah, well, you made all those mistakes. That won't happen to anyone. I did some more research and I dug a little deeper. I went through probably over 20 different forums and Facebook groups and everything like that. I joined them. Turns out a lot of people are having problems with suspensions too. And one of the biggest reasons why is dropshipping is actually against the terms and services of Amazon. So many of you might not know that, because I feel like a lot of people admit that. I didn't even hear that at all, like in the course or anything. And I went through the webinar, the free webinar, went through the ClickFunnels, signed up. I never heard once that it was against the terms and services. So I was kind of annoyed at this point. And that leads me to think so many people are getting suspended off this platform for dropshipping. Well, you're probably saying, well, I see so many people making $50,000 and $100,000 a month. This made me a little bit skeptical. There are a number of ways that you can suspend it. Let me just go through a few of them, and some of them how that affects me and why I might be suspended too. So as I just said, dropshipping is actually against the terms and services of Amazon. So what will they do if they find out that you're dropshipping? They will suspend you. And because of that, you will not be able to withdraw your money. They will hold your money so that you could be out thousands of dollars. So I could technically be already out of over $2,000. And I would have to fund that myself or try to appeal, which is very, very uncomplicated. It's not for this video, but you can do it, to appeal to get my account unsuspended. That's the first thing. The second thing is a lot of people start posting this thing that I thought was pretty weird. And that was called the 3 ASIN message. Dropshippers have been getting these messages saying, looks like you've been selling all inauthentic items for 3 ASINs below. ASINs are the unique tag to Amazon items. Well, almost every single one of these people who posted said they weren't even selling these items. And even if they were selling these items, they weren't inauthentic, obviously, because it was from a retailer. And also, they hadn't even sold these items, but they just had their account automatically suspended. It seems like to me that this is a way of Amazon to deter dropshippers away, to actually find dropshippers out and just for some reason be like, look, you can't do that. And the only way that you can prove to us that you're not going to suspend it if you provide your receipts and your invoices from your wholesalers that you're getting it from your manufacturers, which obviously you're not, because you're a dropshipper, so you can't even provide those things. So there's no way you can even appeal it. You just have to take the loss. This ties me to my last thing, which makes me skeptical about this business model, and that's the longevity. Obviously, if you're forever in the fear of getting suspended, I just don't see that being a long-term business model. Like, I cannot personally myself live every single day, especially if that's your only source of income, living knowing that at any moment that you could get suspended, you have all your eggs in one basket, and all of a sudden you have no money, but you owe money because you have all those items still to fulfill, and you have all those items on your credit cards that you need to pay off. I don't see myself living on this in the foreseeable future. I'll leave this up to you guys. If you guys want to do more research, that is fine. I encourage it before you get into it. I don't want this to be a video of like word of caution, word of honor. This is just my experience, a challenge for myself. Yes, I did make money. We'll see if I actually get it. I will update you guys. I'm thinking of making another video in the future where I actually pay for all the softwares and everything, and I try this for a whole month and I risk my money for a whole month. So this was an expensive experiment and a challenge to make, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully this will open up a bigger perspective and this will make you do a bit more research instead of just jumping into something like this. So make sure that you leave a like down below and subscribe if you really enjoyed this video. One last thing, Amazon, please don't suspend me. I want my money back.
I wanted to see, does Amazon FBA still work in 2020? So I decided to launch a brand new product with a brand new listing in the middle of a pandemic and see, can you still make money with Amazon FBA? And the results are going to surprise you because, like always, I'm going to be 100% honest and 100% transparent, show you all my numbers, show you behind the curtain, and really show you the truth about Amazon FBA versus what most people do, which is show fake numbers, overinflated numbers. A lot of YouTube gurus I see are talking about their Lamborghinis and showing all kinds of crazy things. And in fact, I bet you before you watched this video, you saw someone talking about some crazy numbers that you thought there's no way is that possible. Am I right? Well, in this video, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna show you my real results day by day for the first 2 weeks of selling on Amazon, including my revenue, the cost of my product, all the Amazon FBA fees, all the other fees that nobody talks about when selling on Amazon, and my final profit. I'm also going to show you what the product for my 2-week test is, which again, most people on YouTube don't do because it makes it easier to lie about numbers if they don't share what their product is. I'm also going to show you how I found my product, how I found a manufacturer, how I worked with my manufacturer to get my product manufactured, and how I launched my product on Amazon, which is a key part of selling on Amazon. Then at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you all the mistakes I made in this first 2 weeks of selling on Amazon, and I made a lot. The mistakes I made cost me thousands and thousands of dollars, and if you watch any part of this video, make sure you stick around till the end because by watching the end of this video, it could save you a lot of money. And for those of you that don't know, Amazon FBA is a way for you to sell your products on Amazon, where you ship the products you want to sell to the Amazon warehouse, and when you get an order, Amazon picks it, packs it, and ships it out for you. And this is a huge opportunity because Amazon is a $1.3 trillion company. In fact, Amazon makes up 50% of all e-commerce sales, and a little known fact that a lot of people don't realize is 2/3 of all sales that happen on Amazon are by third-party sellers. That means people like you and me selling products on Amazon. A lot of people think that Amazon is selling all the products that are sold on Amazon. It's not true. You can make a lot of money selling products off Amazon. But let's get into my real results and smash that like button because this video is me being honest about some things that I really didn't want to share. The first day selling my product on Amazon FBA, I sold 90 units for a total revenue of around $1,800. Now, let me be clear about something. This is revenue and not profit. We still need to calculate all my costs. The first cost is the cost that it actually took to manufacture the product, which was a little over $600. Then after that, there is the Amazon FBA pick and pack fee. That's the fee for them to pick your product out from their warehouse and actually ship it out. And it includes the shipping for your product. That was around $300. There's also the 15% flat fee just for selling on the Amazon platform, which was another $300 or so. On top of this, there's just other random Amazon FBA fees and other costs associated with running a business. I'll call this about $60. This includes things like receiving fees and just random Amazon FBA fees that I've talked about in other videos. And it also includes things like business expenses, working with my virtual assistants, just random expenses with running a business. And all in all, my first day selling this product on Amazon, I did about $500 profit, which is pretty good, but the rest of the results are gonna surprise you. The second day that my product was live, I sold 15 units. I did about $300 in revenue. The products that I sold cost me around $100. And there was also another $100 or so in Amazon FBA fees. That includes the pick and pack fee and the flat 15% fee. And there was also another $10 or so in just other expenses for running my business for a total profit of around $90. And I want to point out that this is normal and in some ways kind of a good thing. It meant people were really excited to buy my product on the first day it came out, which meant I did a good job at marketing my product and hyping up my product so everybody was excited. Then on day 3, I only did 8 sales for a total revenue of around $160. And after you subtract $60 for the cost of the products that I sold and another $50 or so for Amazon FBA fees and all the other fees, the total profit was around $45 for day 3. Day 4, the sales bumped back up. It was around $280 in revenue. I think I sold about 14 units. And something to note about this is during the whole process, during the first week, what I did is I discounted my price. Usually the cost of my product is $28, and I let everybody know for the first week only, it was going to be $19.99. And I think on this 4th day, I sent out another email. I posted some more on social media and posted in my Facebook group. So that's, I think, part of the reason why I got a few extra sales on day 4. And after all my product costs, Amazon FBA fees, and other business fees, I did about $80 profit on day 4. On day 5, I sold 7 units for $140 in revenue. And after you subtract all my costs, it was around $40 profit. Now here comes an embarrassing one. For day 6, I sold 1 unit for $20 in revenue, and after all my costs, about $5 in profit. Yeah, so that's a little bit embarrassing to admit, but it's the truth, and you know, that happens sometimes. I mean, not every single day is gonna be a big win, especially at the beginning, because you have to keep in mind, when you're first selling a new product on Amazon, Amazon isn't gonna promote it in the search results. It's basically all gonna be from word of mouth and all me sending out links, letting people know, hey, here's how you go find my product. I had to actually send people links that they would click on to do it. I wasn't getting any organic reach. In fact, a lot of people would go to Amazon to search for my product and they wouldn't be able to find it. And so a lot of people ended up buying my original flavor instead. And I ended up seeing a little bit of a bump in sales to my original flavor. But something surprising happened on day 7. I got 15 sales for a total revenue of around $300. And after all my costs, the profit was around $80. And the reason for this was the next day, my sale was going to end. The $19.99 sales discount that I was offering was going to be over, and I started hyping people up, letting them know. Another reason why this happened was I was actually low on inventory, and I was telling people, hey, if you want to get on this deal, you better buy fast, because I only had a limited amount of inventory in the Amazon warehouse, and I wanted people to get in on the discounted rate if they wanted. And finally, day 8, the last day of my sale, I did 32 units in sales, about $600 in revenue. After all my product costs, my Amazon FBA fees, all the other business fees, I did around $200 profit, which is a good way to end the initial sales period. And that's another really important thing to keep in mind. The sales are always going to be at the highest at the beginning and at the end of a sale, because the way the human brain works is also they want to make sure, like, once the sale is ending, it reminds people, hey, if you want to get in on this deal, you better act fast. Now, something really shocking happened after these initial 8 days, and I'm going to share my day-by-day results for the rest of the test in just a bit. Now, before I share the rest of the day-by-day sales, I need to tell you what my product is. And it's important to understand that there's 4 main ways to sell on Amazon FBA, 4 main business models. The first is online arbitrage or retail arbitrage, which are pretty similar. It's basically where you go find a product that's at a huge discount. You could do this in retail stores if they're going out of business, or maybe you go to the dollar store and you find things for really cheap, and you basically flip them on Amazon. So you find something that's $1 and it sells on Amazon for $20, you go buy it from the dollar store and you just go sell it on Amazon. Now, this is a great business model if you're tight on cash, maybe you just want like a quick side hustle and make some money relatively easy. It can make a lot of sense, but it's not a long-term sustainable business model, because you constantly need to be going out, looking for deals, buying the products, flipping them. It takes a lot of work. What I'm much more interested in is the idea of passive income. I like the idea of doing a good amount of work to start, but then once your business is up and running, the goal, in my opinion, and the beauty of Amazon, is you should be able to make passive income. You should be able to just have all your products sent to the Amazon warehouse, and you get an order, they're shipped out, and my goal is to be able to lay on the beach or go on vacation and my business to be continuing to run. That doesn't happen with retail or online arbitrage. On top of that, it's a really hard business model to sell. It's almost impossible to sell that business model. In fact, a lot of different platforms for selling businesses online don't even allow the retail or online arbitrage business model, because all the reasons I said right here. The next business model is wholesale. And this is where you buy products at wholesale prices and again, sell them at Amazon for the full retail price and keep all the profit. For instance, you might buy a pair of Nike sneakers that are normally $100 for $50, which would be the wholesale price, sell them on Amazon for that $100, and then keep all the profits after all the Amazon FBA fees, all your shipping fees and all that other things. And you might walk away with $15 to $20 or so. Again, this is a pretty easy business model, because all you have to do is find a wholesaler, buy products for them at the wholesale price, ship your product into the Amazon warehouse, and when that product gets sold, you'll make money. But a big warning, and one of the biggest cons in my opinion about wholesalers, it's easy for you to find that manufacturer, and then you get all the same products on Amazon which is going to make it so that you get less sales. Not to mention the fact that there could even be a price war where they charge 10 cents less for their product, which means you have to charge a little bit less for your product. And what I've noticed with this is profit margins almost go to zero because there ends up being a price war. Another big con about wholesale is at any point, the manufacturer can say, you know what, we don't want to work with you, and there goes your business. In fact, if they want to, they can go directly to Amazon, cutting you out, the middleman. Now, I know a lot of people online talk about the wholesale business model. I personally don't think it's a good business model. I don't think it's a long-term sustainable business model. And a lot of my friends and mentors that sell on Amazon that used to do wholesale are slowly getting out of that. But if you do want to know more